The quest for salsa nirvana continues. In this video, we're making a traditional salsa verde and a traditional salsa roja. Both of these are estilo Monterrey, Mexico, and courtesy of my good friend Ruben el Borrego Rios, who made these for us during one of our epic barbecue classes. For our salsa verde, we're going to use 7 tomatillos, 3 green jalapeños, 2 cloves of garlic, a head of cilantro, and 2 teaspoons of APC OG, which is salt, pepper, and garlic, or you can start with 1 teaspoon of your preferred salt. This is a boiled salsa that is rich in flavor and can be a great base for other recipes like enchiladas suizas, or just for topping tacos and your favorite plates. Heck, I even love it on Sunday mornings on my over easy eggs. Now the salsa roja is a little bit different, but just as amazing. This recipe calls for 7 red jalapeños, 5 roma tomatoes, 2 garlic cloves, 7 chile de arbol, 2 teaspoons of APC OG, and while blending, 2 teaspoons of olive oil. This gives the salsa roja a creamy, smooth texture that's delicious with chips, loaded ribs, or any grilled meats. Let's get fired up and make some salsas. Yeehaw! Vámonos! We're gonna boil both of these at the same time. I'm gonna put all these tomatoes into this pan right here. It's a lot easier to take the stems off when the jalapeno is still raw. Another question that I get very often is if I peel the skin off of the tomatoes. I do not. I also don't core the tomatoes when I'm going to cook them and put them in the blender. We're not going to cook these. These are going to be added at the time it goes into the blender. We are going to cook the garlic the second half of the boil. On this pan, we're going to boil the 7 tomatillos and 3 jalapeños. You want to make sure you have enough water to cover them and maybe at least another ½ inch or so. Time to drop the garlic in here. We'll give them about 2 or 3 more minutes for the tomatillos. This one is just now starting to boil. We're gonna go ahead and drop the garlic in this one too while we're at it. Boom. It boils a little quicker if you put the lid on it. Once it's boiling, you don't have to leave it on. You can if you want to, but you'll have to turn the heat down. I like to leave the lid off and let some of that moisture evaporate anyway. I can tell just by grabbing it, it's still pretty firm, even though it popped, but it's pretty firm still. So we're gonna give this about 6 or 8 more minutes. All right, it's been for sure right at 10 minutes. I'm going to take these tomatillos out. They're very soft. That indicates that they are done. They are ready to go to the blender. We have our tomatillos all nice and cooked. Took right at about 10 minutes or so. The jalapeños, I left them a little bit longer for about another 3 or 4 minutes just to make sure they're soft. The garlic's soft, the tomatillos are soft. The tomatillos have a lot of water in them already, so you may or may not need to add a little bit. Just gonna really depend on how much water your tomatillos are holding. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of OG. That's why I only used 1 clove. Normally for this batch, I would have used 2 garlics, about half, throw it all in there. We're gonna give it a couple of pulses to liquefy it a little bit and just see how much water we have in there and if we need any more. Now texture, how much you blend it, the longer you blend it, the finer and the runnier the texture is. So I'm gonna give it a few more pulses. I'd say we're done. Woo! Okay, we're good. Let's pour this bad boy. Oh, that smells good. Let's do the taste test. That's fantastic. That's the thing about jalapeños. You never know if they're gonna be really scalding hot or if they're mild. That's usually one of the reasons I like chimicserranos, because I generally want a little more heat. But this is like just perfect for anybody. I can taste a real mild bite there. The thing about the tomatillos, what they do, besides giving it a little tart and a little good little twang in there, is that they're creamy. It adds a creaminess. They almost taste buttery. All right, now let's go for another dip here. This looks so nice. That's so good. Come take a taste, babe. Good stuff. All right, we're gonna move this aside so we can make our red salsa now. We'll be right back. So let's go with the jalapeños first. I'm gonna drop the chiles de arbol. There's 7 chiles de arbol here. I anticipate this to have a little more bite. 1 garlic, and 5 tomatoes. You see how those tomatoes had water? You may or may not need extra water. This also takes 2 teaspoons of SPG. I would say we have plenty of water. Now, most taquerias, most restaurants that use this technique for their salsas, which is always in a squirt bottle on the table, is usually vegetable oil. At home, I like olive oil. I know it's a little different flavor. Personally, I feel like it's a little healthier, so that's the reason I like olive oil. It's HEB Organics. It's gotta be good, right? All right, we're gonna start this on low. You see how that popped up? That's the pressure when it's hot, so be careful. You want to add a little at a time. Now that we have the oil in there, we can go to high. Did y'all see how the color changed with the oil? When you take tomatoes, you put them in the blender and you add oil, it becomes very, very orangey. Oh, it looks so beautiful and creamy. Smells good too. That looks beautiful. Beautiful color. As it cools, it's gonna get a little more creamy, a little bit tighter texture, if you want to call it that. I'm going to make me a taco. All right, I'm gonna try this salsa. I can't wait for the tortilla. Anytime I do, it's got a bite. That is so good though. The flavor, you know, you got the red jalapeños, have a little different taste than the green ones. The chile de arbol brings another little flavor element. Of course, we have a lot of tomatoes and garlic in there too. Very, very good. I'm gonna cut me up some of this right here. I'm gonna use a different kind of chip for this taste test here. I'm still waiting for my tortilla. Color's gorgeous. All right, my friends. Like I always say, ain't no right way, ain't no wrong way. We can always do both, right? They both have different flavor profiles. They're both fantastic. I do not mind mixing and matching sometimes. That's very good. Very, very good. Both of them. 2 thumbs up. Then we'll finish. Monty Page out of Dakota sent me a couple of my little Super Mario toys. Thank you so much, but I really do appreciate it. Whoo-wee, I'm sweating a little bit. That taco was fantastic, folks. If you've never cooked beef bacon, you're in for a real treat. And a wonderful salsa verde or a wonderful salsa roja will make any taco, any dish, even better. The salsa roja is just a little bit hotter than the salsa verde. Really, they're both fantastic. I know my mom and my wife are gonna be able to enjoy these because they're just a little bit on the hot side, but not flaming hot like that other salsa verde that I made. That was pure chile. That was hot. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed these salsas. In the meantime, if you're interested in our Wow Rub, it's the best barbecue rub on the planet. Or if you're interested in the OG Rub, it's the best salt, pepper, garlic on the planet with no fillers, no additives, no nothing. Folks, go to pitmaster.us and you can find both of those. Brisket Rub coming real soon. If you want to up your barbecue game, go to pitmasterclass.us and we'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Keep the smoke light, make it work, and boom! Wow. Honey, did you rinse these too?
Yes, honey.
Okay, great. All I need to do is add water. They're rinsed. I like to flippity flip even on the jalapeños and the tomatillos. Flippity flip. Dun, 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 dun. Can I get a bag of chips for a taste test?
Don't eat too much of it.
What makes you think I'm gonna eat a lot?